What just happened at Scotiabank Arena? Did you seriously witness what I just witnessed? The Toronto Raptors, down 21 points at halftime, looking completely dead in the water, just pulled off one of the most unbelievable preseason comebacks you'll ever see. And honestly, this is insane. Gradey Dick setting the tone early. Jonathan Mogbo and Chucky Hepburn grinding through the final minutes like absolute warriors. A buzzer-beater finish that had the entire arena shaking. This wasn't just basketball. This was a statement. Stick around, because what you're about to hear will blow your mind. What's up, Raptors Nation? Quick Court coming in hot with a game that had me jumping off my couch. Man, I love you guys so much, and I know you've been waiting for this breakdown. Here's my question for you. When was the last time you saw a team fight back from 21 points down with basically their entire bench squad? Drop your thoughts in the comments right now, because this performance deserves all the recognition. And trust me, if you stick around until the end, you'll see why this game means way more than just a preseason W. You'll understand why Raptors fans should be proud while Celtics fans should be, well, let's just say concerned. But before we dive deep into this madness, hit that subscribe button right now, because we're about to break down the craziest finish you'll see this preseason. Let me set the scene for you. October 10th, 2025, Scotiabank Arena, the Raptors are hosting the Celtics in preseason action. And here's the kicker. No Scotty Barnes. No starting lineup. This was pure depth. The starters sat this one out. So what did we get? A basketball sicko's dream game. No superstars, just pure unfiltered grind. The game started with Gradey Dick, and let me tell you, this kid came out firing. The very first bucket, a Gradey Dick triple off a sweet pass from rookie Colin Murray Boyles. And that set the tune. Every single play in that opening stretch ran through Dick. They were using delay actions, waiting for him to shake loose, and then bam, handoffs to kickstart the offense. The aggression was there. The energy was electric. Dick was putting in work on both ends, playing pressure defense, creating looks, getting to the free throw line. But here's the thing. By the 8-minute mark, the man was gassed, dog-tired. And you know what happened next? The Raptors offense completely fell apart. They didn't score a single bucket for the rest of the quarter after Dick left the floor. Preseason basketball, baby. Now, do you know what's wild about Gradey Dick's first half? 5 extra possessions. 5. 4 offensive rebounds and 1 foul drawn while battling for a 5th. The kid was a whirling dervish out there, creating chaos, hustling for every loose ball. That's the kind of energy that wins championships, folks. And if Gradey keeps this up, oh man, we're in for a treat this season. The Raptors slowly clawed back. Elijah Martin, human pogo stick, was dunking in transition and hitting corner triples. Jamal Shed and rookie Jacoby Walter were applying ball pressure, gumming up the Celtics offense. Ochai Agbaji was steady as ever, calming things down on both ends. Things were looking up. The momentum was shifting. And then, the Chris Boucher storm. Now, here's where it gets spicy. Chris Boucher, former Raptor, now wearing Celtics green, went nuclear. 9 points in rapid succession, 2 threes, a fouled 3-point jumper. It was vintage Boucher, that fusion dance of talent and shot addiction that Raptors fans know all too well. And it absolutely crushed the Raptors' momentum. A 4-point deficit ballooned to 19 in short order. Do you see the irony here? A player we developed, a player who wore our jersey for 7 years, the last remaining member of our 2019 championship team, coming back to haunt us in a Celtics uniform. That stings. That hurts. But here's my question for you. Should the Raptors have tried harder to keep Boucher? Drop your answer in the comments. The second half, more of the same struggle. The Raptors were getting smoked. Peyton Pritchard and Anthony Simons, both playing for Boston now after Simons was traded from Portland this summer, found their rhythm, dissecting Toronto's frantic defense. Dick had some nice moments, a big step over swim move in transition, a no-dip triple from the right wing, but they were still down 15. Then came the third quarter's closing moments. Chucky Hepburn and Jamison Battle sparked a mini run to cut it to 10. Hepburn, the undrafted guard who signed a two-way deal with Toronto this summer, even hit a prayer buzzer beater to end the quarter. The crowd starting to believe. Fourth quarter, benches emptied on both sides, and this is where things got physical. Missed shots, bodies banging under the rim, clutching, clawing, fighting for every possession. This wasn't pretty basketball. This was a street fight. Olivier Sarr going to war with Amari Williams. David Roddy in hand-to-hand combat with Jalen Bridges. Ron Harper Jr., remember that name? Hit a triple to quiet the crowd, extending the Celtics lead back to 10 with 6.5 minutes left. But you know what? The Raptors didn't quit. Chucky Hepburn was brilliant down the stretch. He kept churning out look after look for his teammates. His pickup defense was essential. 2 straight backcourt steals, a David Roddy triple, layups in quick succession, a handoff into a Hepburn three-pointer, a strip on a drive, then free throws. The crowd was roaring. The energy was insane. And Jonathan Mogbo? Game changer. Mogbo's defense completely transformed what the Raptors' pressure looked like. He was everywhere, jumping guys in the backcourt, forcing turnovers, creating chaos. It was Mogbo who brought the game, even at 103, with a steal and a dish to A.J. Lawson for the layup. It was David Roddy who tied it at 105 with a slick step-through in the lane. 105 to 105. 35 seconds left. The Scotiabank Arena Jumbotron flashing the win probability, spiking back toward Toronto. The crowd? Deafening. A big booming "Let's go Raptors" echoing throughout the building. Mogbo swarmed the Celtics on the inbounds. Another turnover. Hepburn missed a jumper, but Boston threw the ball away trying to end the game. 4 seconds left. Raptors ball for all the marbles. A lot of running around, back screens, bodies moving, and then Mogbo slipped loose and laid it in for the win. 107 to 105. Raptors, an improbable comeback, fueled by the helter-skelter duo of Mogbo and Hepburn, a 21-point halftime deficit erased by sheer will and determination. Now, let me ask you something. Do you remember the 2004 Lakers collapse against the Pistons? Down big, looking dead, and then the Pistons refused to quit? Or what about the Cavs' 2016 finals comeback? Down 3-1, everyone counting them out, and they roared back. This wasn't that level, obviously. It's preseason. But the mentality, the refusal to quit, that's what separates great franchises from mediocre ones. And here's what really gets me fired up. This was without the starters. No Scotty Barnes, no RJ Barrett, no Emmanuel Quickley, no Jakob Poeltl, no Brandon Ingram, just depth. Just hustle. Just Raptors basketball. The Celtics out-rebounded Toronto 54-34. They had more points in the paint. They shot better from the field, and they still lost. Why? Because when it mattered most, the Raptors wanted it more. Chucky Hepburn finished with 13 points and 8 assists. Gradey Dick led with 22 points and 6 rebounds. Jonathan Mogbo was the hero with the game winner. These aren't household names yet, but mark my words, they will be. And can we talk about that crowd for a second? This was a preseason game. The starters were sitting, and yet Scotiabank Arena was electric, energetic, tuned into every play. That's Raptors Nation, folks. That's what makes this fan base special. So here's my question for you, and I want you to really think about this. If the Raptors can fight like this in a meaningless preseason game, what does that say about their mentality heading into the regular season? Does this prove that Darko Rajakovic is building something real, or is it just preseason noise? Drop your honest opinion in the comments right now. I want to hear what you think. Are you excited about this team's depth? Are you confident in guys like Mogbo and Hepburn stepping up when needed? Or are you still worried about competing in a brutal Eastern Conference? Because here's the reality. The Eastern Conference is brutal. The Celtics, even with their roster changes and Jason Tatum's injury, are still dangerous. The Bucks, the Knicks, the Sixers, the Heat, they're all loading up. The Raptors are in development mode, but if this is what development looks like, if this grit, this fight, this refusal to quit is the standard, then Raptors Nation has a lot to look forward to. So before you go, Do me TWO favors, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, because we're covering every Raptors game this season with this same energy. And second, drop a comment telling me, what punishment would you give to teams that quit when down big? Should Adam Silver make teams show this kind of heart mandatory? I'm kidding, but seriously, what was your favorite moment from this comeback? Was it Dick's early aggression, Hepburn's clutch plays, Mogbo's buzzer beater, or just the sheer will of this team refusing to lose? I'll be reading every single comment and I'll respond to as many as I can, because that's what we do here at Quick Court. We celebrate Raptors basketball together. This was a statement game, folks, not because of the opponent, not because of the stakes, but because it showed the heart of this franchise, the culture, the identity. The Raptors may not win the championship this year. They may not even make the playoffs, but if they keep playing like this, if they keep fighting, grinding, and refusing to give up, then every single game is going to be must-watch television. Keep repping that red and black, Raptors Nation. Integrity over everything.